Hey guys. All right, so today I want to talk about perimenopause. So apparently, after 35, your ovaries start to go into retirement. And what happens is that your adrenals have to take over. So it's not that your ovaries go into retirement and you go into menopause in your 40s. It's that because the average woman goes through menopause at 55. And 55 is defined as 1 year without your cycle. So if you have one cycle in a year, you are not in menopause yet, you're in perimenopause. But I don't know about you, but at 38, I felt different. I started crying more, I started being more irritable, my anxiety went through the roof. Before that, I had panic attacks for the first time, and I didn't know what was going on. I was like, this is strange. I don't feel right. And then, then you start gaining weight in your middle section when maybe you have never have before. It's harder to lose weight. You're eating the same things, you're working out the same, and it's just not working. And so I'm about to turn 41 in October, and I'm determined that 40 is going to be my 40s are going to be my best decade. And yet at the same time, I'm going through this really big change. And so I've been listening a lot to Dr. Mindy, and she has a book that's called The Menopause Reset. And I didn't think that was for me, right? I was thinking, oh, I'll read that when I'm 50, because I'm only 41 or 40, not yet, 40. And, I still have regular cycles. So this can't be about what's going on, but it can. Because the other day I came across this little video by her. I'm so thankful that God does this. And it said that your ovaries are literally telling your adrenals, hey, we're going to retire. You need to take over producing the sex hormones. So you're still going to have regular cycles. It's just that now your adrenals are going to be responsible for it and not your ovaries. And the problem with that is that a lot of us have adrenal fatigue and don't know it. And so if your adrenals are already kind of stressed out, and then your ovaries are like, hey, take over. And I'll put the video down below. It's a really short little video and it's very, very helpful. Then we have to find ways to change lifestyle, to change our eating, to change possibly, I'll go into that in a minute. We need to make changes in order to feel good in our 40s, in order to continue to support our health. A lot of women in their 40s start coming up against like disease and health issues, and it's because of this transition that we're not prepared for. And honestly, so I'm listening to this menopause reset, and I just felt like, oh my gosh, if it's already helping me, I want to share it with other women. So in the story, she mentions that she was going, she hit 42 and things just started going really wonky. She's like, panic attacks for the first time in my life, couldn't lose weight, didn't feel like I was in my own body kind of experience. And I mean, I've totally felt that. Have you guys felt that? Tell me down below. Have you felt like you're not in your body? And so then she says she out of desperation, she was at like a child's vet at school, and she went over to an OB she knew and was like, what's going on? And the OB is like, I wish I could tell you. I have a clinic full of women with the same symptoms and I have no answers. And so Dr. Mindy is like, no. Like, that's not going to work for me. And so she spent I think she's 54 now. She's spent the last 14 years figuring out what the problem is. And by the time she wrote this book, she was 50. So she had about 10 years under her belt of this experience. And she said that her protocol, like 100% of women, 100% feel better, are healthier, can go through with minimal symptoms. And I've talked to you guys about fasting, and Jen Stevens, and that whole community. A lot of women are, in their late 40s, early 50s. They're kind of at the end stages of menopause, and they talk about how fasting has helped. And fasting is definitely one of the tools in Dr. Mindy's toolbox. But if you're cycling, you can fast, but sometimes depending on what your hormones are needing, fasting is actually going to cause more stress. And like she talks about, during your luteal phase, the goal is no bears, no stress, no bears, keep it low. And so fasting is a form of stress, and that's why Dr. Mindy will say, this is not the time to do a 24-hour fast. This is not the time to do For me, what I do in the follicular phase is if I'm hungry, I eat. But I typically wait till about 10 or 11. But some days I eat at 9 because that's what I need to do. So I just wanted to share this with you. So tell me down below, like, how old are you? If you want to share, you can say 40s if you don't. But we're all women of God, you guys. Let's own our age. Let's not be worldly and care. Because it just shows how long we've been on earth, and hopefully, depending on when your baptism was, it's when you became a child of God. So for me, I have been a child of God for almost 41 years because I was baptized, I think, in the spring after I was born. It was a few months later. I still need to lock down my baptismal date. Do you guys celebrate your baptisms and your children's baptisms? I remember Ryan's was April 7th because that was a Easter Vigil. He wasn't baptized until, gosh, I don't remember how old he was. It was right before he got married. So I think he was 23. Maybe, I think he was 23. Maybe 24. Maybe 24. And so he's kind of a baby still, right? But and then my son's baptism. Oh man, I had it memorized. It's on the calendar. Oh, it's my father-in-law's birthday, February 16th. So those two are easy, but Chloe and I really need to lock them down. Anyway, but yeah, down below, share with me kind of like what's going on with your health right now. Like how old you are, what are you suffering from? Let's pray for each other as we journey through this 10 to 15 year journey, you guys. Think about where you were in 15 years ago. I was 25. It's been a long time from 25 to now. To think about the next 15 years, I want to live that well. I want to live that in such a beautiful way. And oh my goodness, I have so many things I want to share with you. I've been filming some things, I've been writing some blogs, and nothing's just finished, but I'm going to put this up right now, and just whoever needs to see it can see it. And I'll link the book, and I just am praying for you because I know a lot of you are around my age, and whether you're having babies still, this still applies to you because you're having babies because of your adrenals more than your ovaries. How strange, right? But God's created our bodies in such a beautiful way, and we need to learn how to move into our late 30s, early 40s. It's going to look so different than our 20s and 30s. And people will tell you that, and you don't really realize it till you get there. And sometimes God will hit you over the head in order to get your attention, be like, hey, you're not 25 anymore. I don't need that from you anymore. I need this other thing from you. And the goal is just to walk with God daily in each moment and each day with open hands. Oh gosh, I have so much to share with you guys. Okay. I think I took a natural kind of hiatus from summer, and now, well, God willing, we'll chat more. Bye.